Well, hello, this is Phell Yokum, a discipline that reaches and teaches, and I'm glad to be able to come to you today with some thoughts and ideas that may help you as a teacher to be successful in your classroom as a professional educator. One of the things that I often find that people miss when I was running campuses or when I do training, that teachers often fail to take into consideration to the extent they should, are parents. Now, some of the lower grade teachers seem to do that because young parents of young children generally want to be very involved in the school. As they get older, it seems less and less so. But regardless of the age that you're teaching, the more that you involve parents, the more successful you're going to be. And so one of the trainings that I do is called How to Get Parents on Your Side. You want them on your side because you want them to be a part of the team. One of the most important things you can tell them as you're talking to parents is something along the lines of, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, surely you would agree that it's in our best interest that we work together in order to make sure that your student has a good year. And so that's why I wanted to talk to you today, ma'am. And I think that doing that sort of a thing can help them to understand that you are requesting their assistance, and actually in many ways you need to require it. They are their child's first teacher, and they've learned a lot from things at home. If they're not behaving well in your classroom, the chances are pretty good they may not be behaving well at home. And I find sometimes even parents who are saying, well, we were hoping that you might be able to help them to learn to do better in the way that they behave, because they're impolite at home, they're rude at home. And so sometimes parents have had no training, and you have, and you're getting some now. So one of the things that's a great thing to do, a great tool that I recommend, is to ask the parents about their school experience. Did they enjoy school? Were they successful at school? What were their thoughts about school? Because if they are relating to their children that school wasn't a pleasant time for them, if they start relating to their children that they were not in attendance at school like they should be, they didn't turn in their homework like they should have, they didn't get the grades they wish they would have, they were misbehaving, they used to shoot spit wads across the hall to other students and think that that's funny, or that they were in the principal's office all the time and they brag about that, and it happens a lot, then those sorts of things can impact their children's thinking and attitude about you and about this school. So it's good to try to set those things straight from the beginning and appeal to parents that you need their help, that it's important that their child is at school every day, because just making up the work, you can't really make it all up. That's why you're there. That's why you're the teacher. And so they need to be in attendance whenever they can be, and that they need to come to school prepared, and they need to come to school ready to obey, ready to comply with your wishes. And that way they'll be more likely to have a successful year. So one of the things that's wise for you to do is, if possible, to initiate those conferences, those times, those visits with the children, with the parents of the children, prior to school start. Because in that way, if you wait until their child has done something wrong or isn't performing the way they should, then it'll be a different relationship. If you start off at the beginning about just saying, hi, this is Mr. Yokum, I'm your child's teacher, I'm looking forward to a great year, I want you to know I care about every student, and your student is one of mine, and so I'm going to care for them. And so I want to stay in contact with you because I know you were their first teacher, and I can learn a lot from you because you've had more years experience teaching them than I have. And so maybe you can help me out with some of the things that will make it a better year for your child. I want that. It's important. So I want us to work together. I want us to kind of be a team approach in helping me to gain compliance from your children, that they would turn in their work and they would come to school and that they would behave in class, and we just have a great year. Some sort of a conference like that, letting them know I'm a professional teacher. There's not much I don't know about learning and education, and things I don't know I can find out pretty quickly. So please trust me that I'm doing the very best that I can with your child. If they come home with a story, then check it out with me, because sometimes we see things differently, but I'm always ready and willing to communicate with you. And be sure you do. Today's world with email and things like that, there's no reason why you can't. But I will tell you, just remember that only 7% of communication is words that we use. So it's important, if at all possible, to pick up the phone it's harder to get on, to actually get them to come into your school. That's best, is to actually be in front of them, because it's just a whole different environment rather than being on an email when you can't hear tone of voice at all. At least on the phone, you can get a tone of voice in there, and you can make sure that there's no misunderstandings. On an email, it's easy to have some misunderstandings. It can't be clarified because it's a one-way deal. So communicate, but I do recommend pick up the phone, and sometimes if the child's old enough, even ask to talk to the child. It's pretty powerful. Say, is your student there right now? Can I talk to them in just a second? I got an important thing I want to share about one of the assignments today, or something like that. So this is Phell Yokum with Discipline Reaches and Teaches. If you enjoy these videos, please indicate that you like them. And if you're interested, I would appreciate your subscription. And in the meantime, I hope that you have a great day.